I'm going to present to you my UI design for CGD413. So let's get into it. For the first screen is main menu screen. In this screen, we find the element of line where the use of vertical line under the title of main menu. We can say that the line gives stability to the screen and play as the indicator for the principle of asymmetrical balance. Then, for most of the fonts that being used in this UI design is Futura Medium. The font gives the feel of simplicity and easy to read, suitable for UI design to give a clear and readable word to the player to understand. Other than that, I'm using surat bringing character as the symbol for every menu presented in the screen. Also, to emphasize the symbol, I'm using contrast principle by using black splash pattern with bright white fonts. The texture element also shown by the grunge texture to imitate screen like an old paper. Additionally, the vignette effect being used to make the player focus on the menu. For the splash art screen, I'm using ring bearer medium font as the title and the space principle implemented by positioning the title at the positive space in the screen. Also, the element horizontal line was used under the title to give movement to the composition. I'm using white color for the title and red for the I character as representation of the name protagonist in the game, Indra. Then we're going to the license screens. For the license screens, I'm implementing contrast principle by using the element of value and color, where we can see that value of the splash pattern darker than the words on it. Also, the color I'm using is black for the background and white for the word. This improves the readability and clearness of the screen to the players. Then, for the loading screen, the form element being used to create a geometric shape for indicator to show to the players that the screen is not freeze during loading the game. In the screen, I'm using black splash pattern to act as the background for the symbol. Actually, the symbol are the translation from the pantun into surat bringing character. Then we go into the next screen, control screen. While for control screen, I'm using the geometric shape such as circle and rectangle to create the depiction of controller. I'm using the flat design of the shape to make it minimalist and clean so that player easy to understand quicker. The balance principle can be viewed as all the design were put at symmetrical position in the screen, and I'm using the shadow to make the shape more prominent. Then, setting screen. In this setting screen, the element of space being utilized as when the indicator pointed at the menu, the detail and lighting visible to the player while the other menu blurred. The vertical line element was used to make the design more stable in the screen. We go into the next screen, toolbar screen. The toolbar screen was designed by putting a several shape to make a form of geometric design, as we can see that the HP and ultimate gauge at the corner of the screen. By utilizing element of value, the contrast shown into the screen, and the symmetrical balance can be produced after money icon at the right corner of the screen. Then for inventory screen, as the inventory screen, the menu on top of the screen can be viewed as a movement element where the use of horizontal line was used. Also, the curved line was put at the symmetrical position to separate between icon and description. This also gives the player sense of comfort and ease. And lastly, the exit screen, where just like the previous design, I'm using black splash pattern as the background to emphasize the contrast principle so that the player can read the notification. Also, the position of the design was put at the middle to make it the design symmetrical balance. As the conclusion, I can say that all of my user interface design for my game is non-diegetic because the UI itself is not part of the scene in the game, but it makes sense for the player. That's all. Thank you.